fact, people should say it's the 100 billion naira voted in every cycle that's making the political class to be so fixated on doing what they are doing. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. What they have come up with recently is just totally it's disgusting in my own.
Hello, what's up, guys? In this video, Yoruba elder has sparked serious controversy after blasting Nigeria's latest constitution review, calling it disgusting, useless, and a complete waste of time. Now, this isn't just an emotional outburst. It is coming as the National Assembly claims to be working on another round of constitutional amendment, changing more than 80 clauses and touching over 70 different sections of the current law. Billions of naira has already been spent, but according to this Yoruba elder, it is all a wild goose chase that has led nowhere since 1999. He says what they have come up with recently is not reform, it is a disgrace. In his words, if you are on the wrong path, you will keep walking into the bush until you turn back. And then he made a statement that shook everyone, saying the political class has seized Nigeria's sovereignty in a way that is as bad as military coup. According to him, they plan to amend the constitution in dozens of areas before the next election is not only unrealistic, it is a deliberate distraction. He accused politicians of planning to create new states just to open more government positions, get bigger budgets, and share more security votes. He didn't stop there. He said most of the politicians pushing this process are pretending to be asleep and that the constitution review is simply an excuse to waste money, buy new SUVs, and keep the same system running. At this point, you could literally feel the frustration in his voice. He said it is time to throw the whole thing into the garbage can. But here's the part that got everyone's attention. This Yoruba elder insists that Nigeria doesn't need years of amendment talks. He said the country can completely change within 6 months if the right steps are taken. So what are those steps? He explained 4 simple but radical ideas that could, in his word, transform Nigeria forever. First, separate the federal constitution from the regional ones. He believes every region, north, south, east, and west, should have its own constitution that reflects the lifestyle and priorities of its people. Second, cut the federal powers down to only 12 key areas, like passport, currency, and foreign affairs. Everything else, road, schools, hospitals, should be handled by the region. Third, hold a national referendum so that Nigerians themselves decide what kind of system they truly want. And finally, decentralize power and control of resources, allowing every region to manage its own wealth. He believes that once that happens, political tension will drop and Nigeria will finally breathe again. But then came a chilling truth. When asked why the government has refused to restructure the system for decades, he said it is simple: money and power. He explained that politicians spend huge sums to win elections, and when they finally get in, the goal is to recover what they spent, not to fix the country. According to him, they are all in a trance, saving their godfathers and clinging to the system that fits them. And then came his final warning. He said the country's current path will only lead to more instability and that nature abhors instability. Something will soon give way. Guys, this is not the kind of statement you hear every day. His words have sent shockwaves through political circles and left many Nigerians wondering, is he right? Guys, I would like to watch this video for yourself so you can say exactly what I'm talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look, guys, and remember to share your thoughts after watching.
Switch gears now and talk about the Constitution. It's been a lot of conversation, a lot of work on Nigeria's Constitution over the past 20 plus years. We're close to yet another constitutional amendment, but there have been other suggestions as to how to deal with this looming question of Nigeria's Constitution. Guys.
And Dr. Afenifere, the Director of Research of the Afenifere Group, joins us now from our Abuja studio to weigh in on the current constitution review in this 10th Assembly that is ongoing. Dr. Afenifere, good morning. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Good morning, viewers.
And this conversation comes against the backdrop of the position expressed by the former NBA president, Mr. Wale Olanipekun, who says, look, jettison this constitution review and give Nigerians a brand new constitution. But there are also critical items on, this ongoing constitution review cycle. There's state police, state creation, there is electoral reform, there is, the critical gender bills, and, funds have been deployed. So if this exercise, you told me earlier that you align with this. So if this exercise were jettisoned, wouldn't it be a waste of taxpayers' money? Or what exactly can be taken out such that we can have a brand new constitution amid this exercise?
Well, if you're on the wrong course, you continue going to the bush until you decide to do what is right. We spent so much money since 1999 on the wild goose chase. In fact, people should say it's the 100 billion naira voted in every cycle that's making the political class to be so fixated on doing what they are doing. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. What they have come up with recently is just totally, it's disgusting in my own mind, if you are thinking. But as President Jonathan said some time ago, if somebody is pretending to be asleep and you're trying to wake him up, you are wasting time. But that class are just asleep. They are not that out of touch. They are wasting our sovereignty the way they have seized it. In fact, it amounts to military coup against the society, in my own opinion.
Do you disagree with?
Oh, what they want to do, look, they want to amend the constitution in about 74 places. They want to change 83 clauses in the constitution. Do they have the capacity to do that in the next 6 months before the next election? Does the 36 state assemblies have the brain to process 70-something bills in the next 3 to 7 months? The whole system is just to the garbage can. You cannot do it. And very badly, they want to create 46 new states. 46 new states. So there will be security votes for the governors. There will be money to be spent to buy SUVs. All of them want to be a governor in these states. Well, maybe I'm being uncharitable, but then do I have any choice? They give all the money that they are not serious, and the little thing they are putting there, they are just cosmetics. They have no use at all. They have no use. State police. What state police? They're going to be decentralized entirely.
But Mr. Fakunda, won't a brand new constitution be as laborious and time-consuming and finance-consuming as well?
No. We are in agreement on what is to be done. Myself and my brother Wolola Nipekun, along with Olisa Agbakoba SAN, we are in the same league on what is to be done. It's so simple, very, very simple. If the political class decide to wake up from their sleep, and the first thing to do, the constitution we have now has over 300 clauses. That's useless. It's supposed to have no more than 30 pages where students can memorize the constitution of the federal government of Nigeria. The constitution also mixes everything, local government with state government, with federal government. It's just a job for the lawyers to be interpreting. If you let me go into it, we just need to make 4 changes, only 4. And there will be a bill to the effect by Mr. President if he's willing to act in national interest. I must say that the president is pretentious, thinking that he can be doing transactions, a little contract, a little road, a little tax bill. We just have leprosy, we have brain tumor, and we are treating ringworm. So if you give me the chance, I can outline the 4 areas that we need to tinker with, and Nigeria will change fundamentally and radically within the next 3 to 6 months.
We're going to allow you do that. I think your thoughts actually aligns with what the learned circle, Olisa Agbakoba, has been screaming over. I think he wrote a piece that I have a copy of ahead of June 12. I think he wrote it on the 5th of June. And it's a fantastic piece. I think everybody should take a look at his thought. But my deduction in that piece is to the effect that it's not against whatever economic reforms the Bola Tinubu administration is putting forward. He salutes some of these reforms, but he believes that without what is considered political governance reform, aka proper restructuring, all of this will fall flat on his face, meaning that we're highlighting the wrong things at the end of the day. So I needed to, bring that nexus between your thought and that of the learner's sake, and maybe give you the opportunity to say, what are those four things? Because there are things I also want to suggest to you that I want your take on as to what can be done.
Thank you very much. The first thing we need to do, and I must say, the documents on this are already available. It's nothing new. It is to codify the federal constitution separate from the second tier of government. We must have two distinct constitutions. The Abuja constitution separate on federal relationships, and then second tier constitutions. We need to separate that into two separate tracts. It's been approved now that we have 6 geopolitical zones. Let's make that to be basis of the second tier of governance. We might have 7, 8, 9 geopolitical zones eventually when there is discussion of it. Each of those areas need to have their own peculiar constitutions. The Igbos are different, that's just the truth. The Yorubas are different. The Jaws are different. The Fulanis are different. The Hausas are unique. Each of them must have their own constitution to reflect the way they want to run their lives. That's just the truth. Once we have done that, the third thing is to now go into the 68 exclusive items that we have now. We don't need to have more than 12 items in the federal constitution of Abuja. The rest, 46, should just go to the 6 or 7 or 8 geopolitical zones at the base of their own constitution. Once we have done those 3, it is now to set up a referendum or referenda panel. The draft to reflect what I've just said now is available. Olanipekun has it. Agbakoba has it. Even I have it. I have the draft. I can produce it on the fly. A panel now to put this before Nigerians for discussion. After about 3 or 4 months discussion, the results will be collated and there will be a referenda. That's all that INEC needs to do. We will now go have a new system, a new framework. Abuja has no business with roads, with schools, with hospitals. They have no business at all. Only foreign relations, only passports, only currency. That is all. Even the military architecture will be decentralized to the 6 or 7 geopolitical zones. That's how they so elegant, and it can be done within the next 3 to 6 months, so that the next election, people will compete in their respective zones. This one that prayer class is going around trying to kill each other to be in Abuja to control oil blocks. We seize. The North will control their gold. The South will control their IT. The Igbos will do their own. South will let them control their oil. The temperature will drop down drastically. 4 items that need to be done within 3 to 6 months. But President Tinubu is pretending as if he's running in Nigeria just from Abuja.
So the argument
is totally an error.
Just a moment, sir. Just a moment, sir. Brilliant idea you shared, and these ideas have been shared over and over again. So 2 questions. Why do you think that successive governments have constantly been evasive to facing restructuring such that there is resource control at the subnational level explicitly or expressly? Why do you think they are evasive to it? The second part is the Bola Tinubu administration will argue to the effect that there is some form of a pseudo-decentralization. They are talking now of state police. They are talking of, when you talk about the tax laws, you see the way they reshuffle the issue of VAT, not just from HHQs of companies where those companies are located, now where these things are consumed. They've talked about the issue of development commission being proliferated across board. So there's, in their view, perhaps it's in an indirect way of decentralizing power. What do you make of these 2? First, why are they evasive? Second, the Bola Tinubu approach to restructuring.
The way you attain power determines how you behave. When you take form for 100 million just to apply for position, 100 million, and you spend 3 billion naira to run for office, first, you invested in running for office. You need to get the money back. And we are at midterm now. They are busy now amassing money to run for the next election again. That's the system we have now. They are all just in a trance. So some of them are my friends, senators. Some of them sold their houses to be in Senate now. They paid 3, 4, 5 years rent in Abuja at 10 million per year. They need to recoup the money. And the godfathers of Nigerian politics, the cabal running Nigeria, not the government, those enabled by the military class who got oil blocks, they don't want to give up the way they control Nigeria. They don't want to give it up. They want to say, you will make you a governor, you will make you a senator, and you godfather. The godfathers are not giving up on the way we are. They have to be defeated. It's not a tea party at all. Then as for the cosmetic things, look, everything has a value now. It's just a waste of time. We are in the wrong course. Until something will happen, the way, look at this week now. They're talking about some military push. We have instability. Nature abhors instability. In fact, many more things will happen next year that will show that we are not stable. But a little exchange rate, a little reform, we are not going to be at peace. We are not going to be at peace.